Hello and a very good morning to all of you. We warmly welcome all of you to the DIT Career Launchpad. So, as you all are aware, this is the first out of a series of industry interaction workshops. And we are quite happy with the participation that we are seeing today, provided that we are living in a new normal where maintaining interactions is not as convenient as it used to be some time back, and we experienced some difficulties in delivering to our students due to this connectivity. We have decided that we would not get that in the way of providing you the best service, providing you the best education and best experience that we could as a department. So which is why we thought, even though circumstances are different, we would making the best out of the resources we have, making the best out of the situation we have. We will provide to you the best value in education that we could always deliver to you, dear students. So, and once again, we warmly welcome all of you for this inaugural session where you will be interacting with a very versatile personality to enhance your future career path and to get to know a lot about things that might have been the gray area for most of you. So we would also like to mention, like I mentioned at the beginning of the session, that this is the first out of a series of interactive sessions, and we hope to bring out more key personalities to talk to you. We have arranged for 5 keynote speeches along the way, as well as we hope to get on board industry representation to deliver some presentations starting from January to all of you. We have already gotten on board with organizations such as Pristine Solutions as well as Potenza, and also hoping to make correspondence with Millennium IT and 24/7, as well as organizations of that caliber. So we are quite happy to see the participation that we are seeing today. So before we get into more detail about today's content, first and foremost, I would like to most cordially invite the head of our department, Dr. Mahesh Fernando, to officially welcome all of you to this session.
Thank you, Sadhuni. I hope you all can hear me. Can you hear me, Sadhuni?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay,
yes.
okay. Good morning to you all. Mr. Amita Gamage, our keynote speaker today for the inaugural workshop of the DIT Launchpad Workshop Series 2020, organized by the Department of Information Technology. Lecturers of the Department of Information Technology, students in all academic years, especially the final year students, those who are the focus group of today's event. It's my pleasure to join with you all virtually amidst the pandemic situation that we are facing at the moment. You know that the industry, the rapid development of information technology has enabled business organizations to exploit information technology as a tool to obtain competitive advantage. The knowledge about information systems is now regarded as a core literacy requirement in the modern business environments. A very good understanding of the capabilities, issues, and the risks associated with information systems is demanded as essential skills for almost all managerial positions in the modern workplaces. To succeed as an innovative manager, the understanding of how and where to use information systems, communication technology, and the knowledge management strategies are essential elements. These skills are not negotiable for modern businesses. The key ingredients for the formula for success in this endeavor is for business professionals to apply information technology in managerial practices. As a department offering business information systems special degree, which is the first of its kind in Sri Lanka that combine management and information technology, disciplines for the students in the advanced level commerce stream cater to the demand in various industries. Graduates armed with appropriate knowledge, skills, attitude and values, professionalism, and the mindset paradigm based learning outcomes, including essential soft skills and skills needed to perform in the digital enabled work environment. The degree is a program of 4-year duration, including software application development and the project, and the information system related research study, in addition to the internship that extend for a period of 6 months, exposing students to the practical realities of the global economy. Thus, the Department of Information Technology provides student support services to guide students for internship and career in their final year. This event is a part of this process. This will bring the academia, alumni, and our most valuable industry partners together onto one platform to support students who are the future of the country. I wish all the students in the Department of Information Technology will take maximum benefit of the workshop series organized for you, your active participation, your involvement in the workshops, and learning things for the betterment of your future is our main expectations. My heartiest appreciation goes to Mr. Amita Gamage, who is joining with us today to support our students, and all the presenters who will join with the workshop in the coming weeks. Amita Gamage is one of the members, those who are always with us in joining. So I believe that the continuation of the service and the rapport with the department will remain as it is. And I also should thank Dr. Lasit Gunawardana, who is organizing this event and joining all these parties into a single forum. I wish all will have a wonderful day and enjoy the workshop. And I expect all the students will remain actively participate with the workshop series. Right. Have a wonderful day and enjoy the workshop. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. I think Dr. Mahesh Fernando gave a perfect introduction. Sorry about that. So thank you very much once again, sir. I think Dr. Mahesh Fernando provided a very good briefing about the intention behind this workshop series and why he encourages you to stay tuned with the entire set of the workshops that we are going to organize for you, because it will be very beneficial and valuable for you, and there's so much for you to earn. So we hope that you reap the maximum benefits out of it. And also a kind reminder to all the students who are joining with us today, especially our 4th year students. I think we have communicated to you on a prior occasion to rename your name, including your CPM number, a space, and then your first name. So for those who haven't already done that, we would like to kindly reiterate our future interactions, which will happen at the end of this workshop. And also you are already aware that there will be a quiz at the end of this program, giving you the opportunity to earn some marks and also to ask questions from the versatile person who will be speaking to you today. So we hope that you gain the maximum benefit out of all those opportunities which we have set apart for you. So if you still haven't renamed according to the format which we have already notified to you, we do advise you to please do it in the program. So having reminded that, I think without further ado, we can directly move into today's theme. So today it's quite an interesting topic that we have selected to deliver. It's about personal branding as a blue ocean strategy. So, as you all have already heard, um, there's a saying which goes as, you cannot make the first impression a second time. You only get one single chance at it. So the one chance that you get at it, make sure that it's something which sets you apart from the rest, builds trust, and differentiates you from the rest of the competition. So it is a very important premise on this domain, as I feel too. So more about that will be delivered to you very well with the person which we are going to make you interact with towards the rest of the program. So the personal branding has become such a hot topic that it will definitely ensure that you differentiate yourself from the rest of the competition, which is why we thought that it is something which is very important for you to gain an understanding about that very first steps which you are ready to take to the industry during this pre-internship period, which you are currently in. So more about that later from the expert which we have on board. But before I hand over the session to Mr. Amita, let me give a brief introduction about him to those of you who don't know that much about you. So Mr. Amita Gamage, who is the co-founder of Quantum Leap Private Limited, since the beginning of his journey, has helped over 25,000 plus professionals and business owners to grow. He is a CEO coach, helping leaders to help them achieve a variety of goals, whether it's gaining more self-awareness, clarifying their career path. Many of his clients have endorsed as to how successful he has been in delivering real, observable, measurable results out of his programs. As a sales performance evangelist, he has worked with top corporates to enhance the sales performance of top sales professionals. His experience in the sales and marketing domain has helped him deliver fruitful results in this domain, varying from coaching, mentoring, or training, depending on the problem given at hand. He assists top sales professionals to master social media selling, starting from lead generation using professional social platforms to building lasting relationships for better sales closures. He is also a versatile personal branding strategist and helps SMEs to develop marketing plans and strategies to achieve growth. I've also been told that he's the only person who's having the live streaming privileges via LinkedIn in Sri Lanka. And Mr. Amita Gamage, it's indeed a pleasure to have you on board with us today. And we could not have thought of a better personality to deliver this content with you. And based on the discussion which we had before this program, coincidentally, it happens to be 1 year since we last contacted you. It's always a pleasure to have you back. So session is over to you.
Thank you, Sandhini. Thank you very much. A small correction. I am actually the second person to have LinkedIn live streaming feature, but I'm the one who is actually constantly doing it with a weekly live streaming on every Thursday night.
Right.
Thanks. That's a wonderful introduction. Now I had to live up to it. So I would like to thank Dr. Mahesh Fernando and Dr. Lasit for inviting me and organizing this wonderful session to help the younger generation, I would call it, to achieve greater heights, especially in the corporate world. So the topic has been a great one. Let me, I think I can share my screen. Just want to double check. Do you see the screen, please?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, thank you. So personal brand, a blue ocean strategy. So for the benefit of those who are attending, what is a blue ocean strategy? So let's not talk about the strategy part of it, but then I have this small document. We basically use blue ocean strategy and red ocean strategy in working with corporate strategy, taking an organization forward, our marketing and our offering as an organization, whether we are going to get into a red ocean or whether we are going to get into a blue ocean. That's the whole idea of blue or red ocean strategy. what I did today, we decided to bring this red ocean or blue ocean strategy into a personal brand, to an individual. So a red ocean is you are competing in existing marketplace. There'll be hundreds and thousands of your type of people, and you will be just one of them. But blue ocean strategy is about creating uncontested market space where I will be standing out from the rest. I don't have a competition. So I can charge a better price. I can ask for a bigger salary because I will not be just another person in the marketplace. So red ocean strategy is about beating the competition. In blue ocean strategy, I don't have a competition because nobody can compare me with any other person. So in the marketplace, we look at some of the players, they don't have competition, right? For an example, look at Tesla. For a very long time, even now, the little competition that they have, I still don't consider them as competition. You know, the kind of manufacturing abilities that Tesla cars has got, then the way they are setting up charging station around the world. And for an example, when there was a major hurricane, a thunderstorm, people were asked to evacuate. And what Tesla did was they increased their battery capacity by 20% remotely. Suddenly I get into the car, my battery can take me 20% more distance. Now, these kind of things are unheard of. So it makes the competition irrelevant. Everybody is trying to make an electric car, but then what Tesla does is completely different, right? So that's in the commercial world. So in the personal world, how can I be making sure that the competition is irrelevant for me? So in red ocean strategy, it is about exploiting existing demand. In the blue ocean strategy, it's creating and capturing new demand. It's about me, and I'm uncomparable. At an interview, I will be different. Let's say I'm taken as an intern, I will be a different intern, right? So make the value cost trade-off, break the value cost trade-off. I mean, the whole idea is about creating a better and a higher perceived value. Market is going to look at you, and sometimes they believe, all the university students are the same. But then at an interview, your behavior, your action, your communication, your LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok profile should tell that you are a completely different person. Oh my God, we can't compare him. He's different. He belongs to blue ocean. Let's take him. Let's pay him more than the others. So that's basically a blue ocean strategy. So my effort today is to teach everybody how to do that, right? For your information, I'm a personal branding strategist. So I take customers and spend about 3 to 4 months period of time with the individuals setting their personal brand to where they want to achieve. So if it is a business owner, I charge about 50,000 rupees a month into about 3 to 4 months to set his personal brand. Now here we are teaching them it completely free of charge so that you don't have to take a personal branding strategist to set yourself apart from the rest. I'll tell you one story. Few months ago, a top COO approached me and I said, Amita, I'm planning to get out of garment manufacturing trade, which I am in now, because I think the garment manufacturing trade will go through some challenges, and I have been there for last 20 years. And I think it's enough for me now. I want to change the industry. And when I wanted to change the industry, I realized I haven't built my personal brand around anywhere else. So my brand is known well in the apparel industry. And now I want to go out of apparel industry. Outside world, nobody knows me. So I was looking for somebody who could help me to develop my personal brand, and somebody recommended you. And we worked for 3 months, and I completely changed his personal brand, and it took about three months, but he had to work so hard because he has not done anything. So still he's in the process of building his personal brand on a continuous basis, because he was well known only in the apparel industry. Outside, somebody tells the name, nobody knows. So that's one of the key important things about a personal brand. So I also will ask questions from the participants as we go on, because I have the list here. I will ask some of the questions. At least I will ask yes or no questions. So maybe Kosala, can you hear me, Kosala? 17736 Kosala, can you hear me? Kosala? Okay, 17738 Iomi. Can you hear me? Iomi? Iomi? I'm speaking to Iomi 17738. So if you are keeping the microphone, if you are keeping the Zoom on, and if you are not near computer, you are going to be in trouble, because I'm going to call names and talk to you. Yeah. Sandali Jayakodi, you are here. Good morning.
Yes, I'm here. Good morning, sir.
Okay, Sandali, thank you. So likewise, I will be talking to people, and we will know who is near the computer and whoever is not near the computer. So be sure to stay near the computer, have your notebook, pen, because at the end of this session, we will also ask some question. Yeah. Sugandhi Disanayaka, am I clear? Sugandhi Disanayaka, am I clear? MHDL Tisera, are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for answering. So I will not ask you to switch on your camera, but professionally, if you want to build your personal brand, I should be able to recognize you next day when I walk on the road, and I will say, hey, I think we met you, Taranga Dilchan, 17734.
Yes, sir.
Taranga,
Hello,
I
yes,
should
sir.
be able to tell you, hey, Taranga. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Taranga, say we met you at this workshop, no? I should be able to tell you that's how you build a personal brand. Okay, right. Thank you, Taranga. So I'll be calling names. Now everybody will hear when there's no answer. They have kept the Zoom on, and they have probably gone to the paddy field, or maybe they have gone to climb a king coconut tree to pluck a king coconut, maybe. So let me share the screen again and move into the next section of the presentation. So what is your personal brand? Actually, your personal brand is what people tell you when you are not around. Your personal brand is what people say about you when you are not in the room. This is according to Jeff Bezos. Right? And apart from that, you are now building an image about myself. Okay, Amita Gamage is this kind of a person. You have started building an image about me. So at the end of today's session, you will know, okay, Amita Gamage is this kind of a person. Right? So people create opinions, images about the other people based on their behavior, based on whatever is available to see in the society online. Now, in today's context, especially after pandemic, your online personal brand is very, very important. So what about offline? In the offline world, you have already built the brand. In the university, you are already known as somebody. Okay, he's good at drama. He's good at maybe, doing some revolutionary work. He's good at protesting. Likewise, people are branded already They are known for something. Okay, he's a cunning person. If he takes money, he doesn't return the money. Likewise, you are building your brand already in offline world. My question is, are you happy with the personal brand you have built already? Your experience will be known. Okay, he's an artist. He can play the guitar. He's a good songwriter. Likewise, people will know you. That's your experience. They will also know you for your industry leadership. His English is good. His analytical thinking is good. Maybe his father is working in that industry, so he has learned that particular thing. He is good in business. I think one day he will become an entrepreneur, because even during the university time, he is doing various entrepreneurial kind of uh, projects, right? So your industry leadership will be known. Now, you heard what this lady told about myself. She was explaining what I was I'm a sales performance evangelist, personal branding expert. So that's my industry leadership. That will be known. You will be also known as a thought leader. Now, I'm a CEO coach, right? I talk about coaching. Now, I coach senior executives, but then I love coaching CEOs. So I decided to brand myself. Okay, I'm a CEO coach. So wherever I'm going, I'm introduced as a CEO coach, right? So your skills are already known. Your qualities are already known, bad or good qualities. This is in the offline world. Now, what are the offline limitations? Sometimes offline world, it is limited to your physical presence, unless and otherwise you are a celebrity. Yeah, you will be known in your industry or your organization. Kala kave, if you are into art, within that art community, you will be known. Of course, if they publish something about you on newspapers, magazines, and TVs, yeah, during that week, people will say, "Hey, I saw an article about you. I saw this TV program about you." But then offline materials disappear. A newspaper will disappear after 1 week. Your TV program, nobody will record. So my question to you is, have you been building a good brand consciously offline? Only the memory will last in the offline, unless and otherwise you do it on a constant basis. But what about the online personal branding? So I would like to ask you to take an audit. If you have a cousin or someone who is small, ask that kid to search your name on Google. Nama Google karanna kiyanne. And ask them to check what they find, right? And ask that girl to check the last 30 to 40 posts by you on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram. Yeah, maybe you can ask your dada, ask your father, Tati, check my Facebook. What do you think? If you can't show your Facebook to your father, then you have a major personal branding issue. If you can't show your Facebook or your Instagram or your TikTok to your mother, then in the professional world, you have a problem, right? Ask her to check your comments online in various groups. Now you can look at the report. This is a personal branding audit. But then if you are not serious about professionally branding yourself, yes, then you are open. Then you can do it your way. But this is actually for people who want to build their personal brand on a professional manner to join the corporate world. So your social currency refers to the actual and potential resources from presence in social networks and communities, including both digital and offline. So that's called, we talk about currency in hard currency, rupee and cents. We also talk about dollars. Now, what is my social currency? My actual and potential resources from presence in social networks. That is social currency. That defines what is my value. Let's say if I want to charge someone for a service, my social currency or my personal brand online will have an impact on it. It will decide whether I can charge high or whether I can charge low. Yeah. So in order to build my personal brand online, I need to first define who I am. What am I? How should people know me? Right? And then my future, short term, medium term, and long term. How would the world should look at me, see me? What should they call me? Should they call me a CEO coach? Should they call me a personal branding strategist? Should they call me a sales performance evangelist? I decide that. But I can't just decide and put it on my Facebook or LinkedIn. I have to work towards it after that. I can have all those names, and then if I don't deliver, then there will be a big problem. So I need to look at my target audience. Whom am I talking to? Right now, in your case, since you are targeting to get a job, internship, after this, who is your target audience? Maybe all the chief information officers are your target audience. Yeah. So are you targeting them? Are you really getting their attention? Suppose if you get their attention, are you writing? Are you creating good content where they will say at the interview, I have seen you somewhere. Maybe you should say, so maybe it's on LinkedIn. Yeah, I read your articles. I read your posts. Have you been working like that? Now that's about how you build your personal brand, right? Then you got to decide the ideal platforms. Some people say, no, Facebook is for fun and LinkedIn for professional brand building. Yeah, but then unfortunately, what do companies do? Companies also go to your Facebook. They check your Facebook. They check your TikTok. They check your maybe LinkedIn. Sometimes let's imagine there is a organization where they say, we love inclusiveness. Now, inclusiveness is about gender inclusiveness, so maybe they will have 50% men and 50% women. They also have people with disabilities. That's called inclusiveness. They'll have Tamils, Muslims, Sinhalese, Burghers working in that organization because they value inclusiveness. And you will send an ordinary CV. They will go and see on your Facebook if you are discriminating maybe chubby people or thin women, thin men, or short people or tall people, maybe for fun. You will call somebody Kota, Diga on your Facebook, and they will see that you are not suitable for their organization, because their organization is an organization where they value inclusiveness. They value people with differences. And when they go to your Facebook, they will see that you discriminate people with different abilities, different colors, different religion, races. And they will decide, no, we don't want to take such a person into our culture. He will come and or she will come and destroy our culture. So you need to look at your platforms, how you are creating content. I'll also tell you one more example. I'm coaching a COO or a C-level executive in an American organization. And the business unit manager is a Sri Lankan. He runs a 40 million US dollar business unit in the world. His department is 40 million US dollars. Okay, imagine the size of his overall organization. And it's an American organization, so there are some Sri Lankans also working because they have a Sri Lankan office. And there was this one Sri Lankan, he has to go for a conference in USA, and his visa was getting constantly rejected. So they were checking why everybody else gets the visa, his visa was getting rejected. And he's not going on a personal matter, he's going on into official matter. He's an employee of that American organization. So their head office in USA checked why, because from the local embassy, they were not getting a proper answer. Why his visa was getting rejected. To see, he was criticizing American president on his Facebook, on his Instagram, continuously American policies and all that. Result, he was denied visa. They thought they will be taking someone bad. into their society. It was, 1 week conference, a business, his own organization. Yeah, but his visa was rejected. That's power of online personal brand, what you are posting. So for you, you are a professional. Maybe you will eventually join a company where they are operating in B2B or B2C. So you got to ask yourself, how do I build my brand online? You have to go back to your Facebook, go back to your LinkedIn and see, have you done good things or bad things? What's your behavior? Can you give me your personal brand or your Facebook or your LinkedIn? Can I check it now? Maybe can I put it over here on this forum? ඔක්කොටම බලන්න පුළුවන් තත්ත්වයක තියෙනවද? Yeah, so that's one way of looking at it. I would like to take any questions if you have any questions at this moment. Okay, so Kosala couldn't answer because Kosala is in the bus. Thank you very much, Kosala. That's a good answer, I would say. You are giving me why you couldn't do it. That's very professional. Thank you. I really appreciate, while being in the bus, you are still listening to this. That's great. So now I'm going to ask a few questions from some of them. Okay, Ganguly, 17742. Ganguly, 17742, you are there?
Yes, sir.
You have any questions so far? You are okay with what I have told so far?
I'm okay with now.
Okay, thank you. Dulan, 17745.
No, sir, no question.
Dulan?
Hello?
17745.
Hello?
Yes, Dulan, we can hear you now. You have any questions?
No questions yet, sir.
No questions. Okay, great. Okay, Pramukh, 17751.
Yes, sir.
Any questions? You are okay up
No.
to this point?
All okay, sir. Thank you very much.
All right. So if you have questions, maybe you can also put into the chat box, right? If you disagree with me, no. Facebook is for fun. LinkedIn is for this. You can also, we can have a little discussion, no problem, right? Okay, now, in my opinion, whoever is coming to me to get personal branding advice, I always tell them, you got to have a foundation. You have to have a starting point. And the greatest starting point is actually LinkedIn. You can start at LinkedIn. And LinkedIn has to be your benchmark in your personal brand, so that keeping LinkedIn in your mind as a benchmark, you can operate your Facebook, you can operate your other platforms as well. Now, LinkedIn is a little serious platform, but then Facebook, you can have a little fun. That's all right. But no discrimination, no harming others' reputation, personal brand. So you have to make sure that you live up to a certain standard. So I'm going to talk about LinkedIn now, right? And I want you to take a note on this when you build your personal brand around LinkedIn. A very important set of rules. Let me share the screen. I want you to either take a screenshot or take a note of this. Now, these are the fundamentals that you need to do when you want to optimize your profile on LinkedIn, right? You have to look at your profile photo, a great looking profile photo, a good background photo, a great headline. Check on your LinkedIn URL. Look at the features, open to work and providing services. Check your about section. Check your featured section. Look at your skills and endorsements, and work on your recommendations. Now, these are very important areas when it comes to optimizing your profile on LinkedIn. Either you take a screenshot or jot down these points. But don't worry, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this and show you how to do it. Now, in order to do that, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take my 11-year-old son, whose name is Nithil Nimsat. He has a LinkedIn profile. So I'm going to show my 11-year-old son's LinkedIn profile as an example. After that, I'm going to move on to my personal LinkedIn profile. So, okay, 17764. Chamalka.
Sir,
All
I'm
good?
Jamal. Yes, sir.
Chamalka, all good?
Yes, sir.
We can move forward?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Dinuka, 17774.
Yes, sir.
Can we move forward?
Yes, sir. Yes, we can.
Okay, great. Right. I'm just checking whether you are here. If you are not here, leave your father near the computer and go. All right. So I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm going to move into I'm going to move into my I want to just ask somebody whether you see this screen, this LinkedIn profile. Can somebody say yes? I can't see the chat now.
Yes, sir, we can see the screen.
Thank you. Now, I told you about few things. You got to have a great photo. Now, this is my son who is 11-year-old, and he has used a photo. I'm still not happy with his background of the photo. See, it's little dark, and here his hair also is dark. But I also would like to forgive him because he's just 11 years old. Yeah, but he has not posted the photo where his head and toes both can be seen, because මේක නිකන් අර 1 rupee coin එකක් වගේ. Inside this you can only have your headshot, and he's smiling. So I think apart from this dark background, we can consider this is a reasonably okay photograph. And the next one is your background. Now this is known as hoarding. You know hoardings? Those billboards when you go around the city, those advertisements where you had to spend about 1 million rupees annually for a billboard. And this is how the LinkedIn has given you a billboard. And if you are not using this space, you are actually committing a crime. You know, in way, you have to have a great background. Now, this background, in the case of my son, he is using his YouTube channel's background. But what you need to do, if you have been speaking to a larger crowd, you can actually have that photo to show the world that you have been, you are a great speaker, or maybe you are conducting a meeting, or you are receiving a certificate. Something to show about a great thing about you. I am sure if you go through all your photos, you will find a great photo which can add as a background photo, which will tell something about you, right? I can also take you to my one. Now this is my one. See, this is a workshop that I conducted in Cambodia Royal University. And I was lucky enough to take a photo with the students and one of their lecturers. And I have added that as my background photo. So the background will tell you who you are. So go to your LinkedIn profile and check whether you have a great photo here and great background photo. And then we are going to look at the headline. If you don't add or edit your headline, it will naturally pick your last position. Now in my son's case, he goes to Royal Institute International College Nugegoda. That would have been picked up here. I have seen university students, mostly they have here undergraduate university of whatever. because they haven't edited. Now, in my son's case, he's 11 years old. He says he's a kidpreneur. He's a founder of Cinnamon Chat with Nethila. And he says, inspiring kids to become entrepreneurs through the best real life examples. Now, that's what he does. So what am I doing? I have helped 25,000 professionals and business owners. I'm a CEO coach, personal branding strategist, live streamer, sales performance evangelist. That's what I have come into. Now, this is what my son has told about him. Now, this is called headline. You got to edit your headline. And what you should do is you got to actually look at yourself, and then you have to ask some questions from you. How am I going to build my personal brand? Yeah, Judith, 17740, you have a question, please?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Judith, thank you very much for switching
Can
on the
you hear me,
camera.
sir?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Yes, sir. My question is like what when we find a difference in the online and the offline branding.
Yeah.
Like for an example, if a person's online branding is so good, it's somewhat different from that, how can we judge it?
Okay, that's a very good question. This is where, Judith, people go wrong. They think, go to Instagrams. You know what happened? In Instagram, people live the best lives. You see they are living in a different world, and you go to their actual life. Maybe actual life is not so nice. So you should not have two different lives, right? In this moment, I would like to recall something. There's this famous quote. What is character? Okay. Character is what you do when no one is looking at you. When you are all by yourself, what you do is your character. So your personal brand also is about your character. Let's say, for an example, I'm a vegetarian. From school time, I am a vegetarian. Let's say that I'm passing Puttalam in my own car, and I don't have many friends in Puttalam who knows me. What could happen? I could go to a shop and I could have a meal with, fish or whatever. But then when it comes to character, whatever I do when no one is around is my character. But somebody sees, that's the end of my personal brand. So you can't have two different brands. Okay, I have a beautiful online brand and offline a different brand. Imagine, Judith, let's say that you are traveling in a car and you suddenly see me traveling in another car, and let's see if I am violating all the traffic rules on the road, and you will think, this fellow came and gave a big talk in our university. See the way he drives on the road. Where is his personal brand? So that's a very good question. You have to have only one brand wherever you go. Thank you. I like those great questions.
Thank you so much, sir.
Great. So let me share my screen again. So what can you do in order to build a personal brand? You look at your expertise, look at your skills, look at your knowledge. Sometimes you have to look at your hobbies. I'll tell you one great example. It's a story, actually. I had a friend who is a diamond merchant. He died a few years ago because he had a cancer. And he had 3 kids, 3 sons. And then, even I was thinking, who will get his diamond business out of 3 sons? And one son, the younger one, had a hobby from day one. His hobby was to collect stamps. He used to collect stamps. He's a very serious stamp collector. He used to use a tweezer, all these great books, uh, about how to collect stamps. He was in various stamp collecting clubs. You know, a very delicate attention to detail kind of a person. And that was his hobby, and that was his skill. Now, before dying, his father decided to hand over that business to him. Why? Like, මට එහෙම දෙයමන්ත ටිකක් දුන්න නම් I'll have to bring a broom and collect the diamonds to a spade. හැම තැනම හලාගනි. Because I consider myself, I can't pay attention to so much of tiny details, like tiny diamonds. And because of his skill and because of his hobby, naturally the diamond business went to the younger son. So sometimes, you know, when you identify your skills, your hobbies, it is easy to build your personal brand around that. If you are good at speaking, if you are a good public speaker, build it around your personal brand. That's okay. Until you get a job, you should be known for something. Right? People will know, people who can speak, people who does, maybe you are good at a sports. Right? And you know, in the job market, if you are good at sport, they love to take people who are good at sports because they are good in a team. So those are some of the things. You look at yourself, go in front of a mirror, right? You take a stock of your skills. Now, these are my skills. These are my hobbies. And you will suddenly find, wow, I can build my personal brand around this. And your personal brand could evolve one by one. Okay, so let me go to the LinkedIn matter again. So I told you got to look at your photo, your background picture, and then your headline. And then your about section. Now, this is what you write about yourself. Based on what you write in the headline section. Now, he says he's a kidpreneur. Now, he says here, I believe kids should be taught entrepreneurship at a young age. My vision is to bring knowledge and skills related to entrepreneurship to the younger generation. I talk to many successful entrepreneurs and professionals to find the secret formula for success. Every kid can become an entrepreneur or can learn entrepreneurial thinking. Now, this is about section. This about section is about you. And then, you know, if somebody is going to go and search about you, say for an example, I'm going to search my son's name here, Methila Nimsat. You know what happens first? The first result of my Google search is the LinkedIn search. He says Methila Nimsat found a cinnamon chat. Can you see here? When I checked his name, I can check any of your name here, Google search. The first thing is this. See, Lanka Clear says, we are very proud of young Methila Nimsat of his commendable initiative which we believe will inspire. Now again, Lanka Clear as a company has posted about Methila and all the pictures that whatever he is doing. Okay, it's only up to about 6th search result. It's all about him. Yeah, so that's why it is very important, the about section and the headline. You can actually include keywords. Now let's go to my about section. So I have taken this into consideration: CEO, coach, personal branding strategies and all that. And here, executive coaching, sales performance enhancement, social media selling, marketing consultancy. I have written at least one paragraph about each. So if you are good at swimming, if you are good at public speaking, one paragraph of 3-4 sentences could talk about yourself. Yeah. And then you have a featured section. Some of your great posts I'm going to sip a cup of tea, a Sri Lankan plain tea. Since I'm talking a little bit. So he has met Mr. Dulit Herath, founder of Kapluka, and he also has spoken in Africa. So he has put those two as his featured work. Now, if you have been winning something, if you have publishing something, even if you have been, if you are a good painter, artist, and if you have a nice piece of art, and if you have posted it on LinkedIn, you can actually bring it to the featured section based on your post. Got it? So same way, if I go to my featured section, stories and featured work are featured over here. How to do sales online, some radio work, TV work, all that is being featured here. Now you have to pull them from your own work, and then you have your dashboard. Next one is actually a dashboard, which is now I will show it from my section. Dashboard is personal to you. Now, for an example, last 90 days, 2,483 people have checked my profile. If any of you have checked my profile within last 10 minutes, if I click this, your photo will appear here. Yeah. So, and then my last one, I did a live video. So far 205 people have watched it. And I have appeared in 467 places. And my profile is an all-star profile, meaning I have completed all sections. When you complete all the sections, your profile is known as an all-star profile. Now, this section is actually private to you. Now, if I go to Nethila, my son's, that dashboard is not shown to me. It's private to him. Yeah. So then I will take you to the other area. So before that, let's see whether there are any questions. Anyone has a question? Then I have to ask questions. Yes? I have to ask questions. Shanti Nirukshika, 18955. Shanti?
Yes, sir.
You are there. What do you think about your LinkedIn profile so far? A bit of a work to be done. That you are happy.
I am happy with this.
With you have done all this. You have added a background photo. You have added a good headline. Have you done all that?
No, I haven't yet.
Then you are not. Then you can't be happy. You have to quickly work on them. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Okay. All right. So let's talk to HP Gunatilaka. HP Gunatilaka, you don't have a number, but you have your name here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's you. What do you think about your LinkedIn profile?
So I haven't a LinkedIn profile yet.
Okay. So you have to create one.
Yes, I quickly create it.
Okay. Let me ask this question. Are you happy with your Facebook? Do you think that you are reducing a lot of professional stuff? Can people, I mean, if you are applying for a job tomorrow, if they go to your Facebook, will they give you a job?
I think that. So.
You think they can give you a job? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Let's talk to a gentleman. Pasindu Gayashan, 18969.
Yes, sir.
You have a LinkedIn profile?
Yes, sir.
You think you are happy with what you have done, or you have to do some adjustments?
I have to add a background photo. I haven't added yet.
Okay. Your headline, does it say undergraduate, or does it say about your
Start
skills?
Yes, it says undergraduate of University of Sri Jayansepura, so I have to edit that too.
All right. Okay, great. I can see that we are learning. All right, great. We'll talk to one more and then we'll move on. Shanta Puhulwalla. Shanta?
Yes, sir.
How are
Good
you?
morning.
I know you have a little background there. You are
Yes,
happy
sir.
with your
Actually,
LinkedIn profile?
yes, sir. Actually, I have add my background picture as well as the
Headline?
my yes, and I have to add more, sir.
Okay.
I got
Okay.
a lot of things from your talk, and I will change my. I will add my other things to the LinkedIn
Yeah.
profile, sir.
Shanta, so one more question. Are you happy with
Yes.
your Facebook activities? You think it is professional or?
Actually, yes, sir. Actually, I am using the Facebook for my fun works, not for official matters.
But
Many
then,
time I am using.
okay, but can I ask you this? Have you been
Yeah.
discriminating anyone, religious, political, people
No,
who are
actually,
chubby,
no, sir.
people who are thin? No, you are a
No, sir.
respectable
Never.
human being. Never.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Great to know that. Thank you, Shanta. I wish you all the best. We'll see the
Thank
rest
you,
of the
sir.
features. Okay, great. All right. So let me go back to our discussion again. So now I'm going to take Nethila's activity section. Now see, now this is all activity, articles, post and documents, right? All activities, whenever you like somebody, it will be shown in all activity. If he has written any articles, no, he has not written any articles. He's just 11 years old, but I'll somehow get him to write an article before the end of this year. Yeah. And post, let's see whether he has shared any documents, PDF. No, he's 11 years old, so he can't share any documents yet, but he better start, right? And then let's look at the post he has done. So he has said, thank you, LinkedIn. I connected with 500 plus awesome professionals in 30 days. So his profile is only 30 days old and he has connected with 500 connections. And then someone has commented, he's from India. He says, the best part is that you're sending requests with a personalized messages. It'll keep you connected and you can always go back and remember why you are connected with them and what's the reference point. What was the reference point? You are inspirational youngster Nethila. So Nethila has sent a connection request to Jatin with a personal message. Dear Mr. Jatin, I would like to get connected with you because my father knows you. That's the kind of message he would have sent. So he's sending a reply and he has accepted this connection request, thanking him for sending a connection request with a personal note. So he says, thank you very much for introducing me to Lusaka Startup Week. I learned and network with like-minded kids, right? So that's the kind of conversation a 11-year-old is having with an adult. A serious chat with serial entrepreneur. So he's actually going to interview Mr. Kamad Silva tonight at 7:30 on LinkedIn and Facebook. So he has interviewed the former AIA Director Operations few days back. The video will be uploaded on Sunday. Now see, he also has watched the founder video. What business are you in? Today I was watching the history of McDonald's and I learned that they realized that they were not in the business of burgers only, but the real estate business too. It is sometimes complicated to understand business models, but with proper guidance from my mentor, I was able to understand them. And a screenshot from the TV series. You are in the real estate business. Now, this is the kind of content you could actually create if you are. And she also has, Time magazine recently talk about the Times Kid of the Year. a 15-year-old girl. Now he has written something about her and posted her video. All the content is very professional. Now this is, there was a man who was stitching shoes and bags in front of our house. Entrepreneurship. This walking service provider was in our street repairing shoes and bags while social distancing. Finding your buyers is important for any entrepreneur. If the buyers are unable to come to you, you go to buyers. Now these are his ideas, his photo. And these are the things, because it's all about him. So this is one of his live discussion. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if you don't have great content, you are going to be in trouble. Now he has written something about Nikola Tesla and imagination. I was learning about Nikola Tesla's imagination and his invention. I believe that entrepreneurs are great imaginists. Nothing politics, nothing about religious, no gossips, no discrimination. So this is known as your content strategy. Most of the university students I have seen, they create a great LinkedIn profile, and what they do is they fill everything, right? And they just leave it as it is. No content is written whatsoever, which is bad. You shouldn't be doing that. So up to this point, any questions, anyone? If you can't speak, you can put it in the chat box. Okay, there is a request from the organizing committee. This is for fourth year students. Please change your Zoom username as follows: CPM number space your first name, example 12345 space Saman. Organizers are working so hard to make this a success. Any questions? If you don't have questions, I'm going to ask questions. You know how it works now. Yes? No questions? So let me ask questions. Okay, we had 63, now we have only 58. We also need to see who left us. Maybe technical difficulties. Okay. Okay, 17750, Abhirami Mahendran. Abhirami Mahendran, 17750. If you can hear us, you got to switch on your microphone and speak. Abhirami Mahendran, 17750. Looks like you are not near the computer. 17779. Dumindu Gallage. Dumidu Gallage, I'm sorry. 17779. Dumidu, why? You can switch on your microphone. Dumidu is okay. Dumidu has logged in from a desktop computer. Great, Dumidu. Thank you very much for chatting. It's okay. We understand. Huh? This is new normal. We also have to have empathy. We should know what other person is going through. I have complete empathy, Dumidu. But at least you are chatting. That's great. Yeah. Devaka, how about you? You don't have number or anything. You just say Devaka.
Yeah, Mr. Gamage, I'm here.
How are you?
Department, yeah. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
Yes. How about you? How is your LinkedIn?
Of course, yes. I have my LinkedIn profile and the page. And
okay. They are all up to standard?
Actually, I don't know, but you have to be, you have to do that, I hope. But
No,
anyway, I
no.
will maintain
I'm
for the professional purposes, not for the personal use.
okay. So I'm showing you some best examples so you can compare and see whether you are meeting the benchmark standard.
Thank you very much. Yes, great.
All right. Okay.
Fantastic.
Great. Thank you for connecting, by switching on the camera. Great to see, I now suddenly I see a human being on the other side. I mean, all this time I was seeing stamps and stamps and stamps and boxes and boxes. All right, Devaka, all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so let me share the screen again and let's go to the rest of the sections, right? So this time I'm going to take my LinkedIn profile. And recently, LinkedIn added 2 additional features. One is open to work and the other one is providing services. So I actually said this for you to see. Open to work, I'm open to work, executive coach, life coach, and mentor roles. And I want this to be seen only by the recruiters. So I added only recruiters here. So if you go to my profile, you will not see this. I can change this to, okay, for anyone like this. But here I decided to make it available only for recruiters, right? I'm not going to work, but there are part-time work or remote work that is available for this kind of work from other countries. So I made sure my profile is visible to recruiters from other countries for these kind of remote part-time work. And then if you are good at something, I mean, it's so perfectly all right, even though you are a university student, if you are good at content writing, if you are good at article writing, if you are good at photography, you can actually provide those services: executive coaching, leadership development, corporate training. You can add the services you as an individual provide. Add it here and make sure that everybody sees it. I mean, once when I was doing my master's, I got one of your university students from your university to teach me statistics, because I was so bad in statistics, even though I have done maths in my A levels, right? I used to pay him, 2,000 rupees per hour, I think, that time. And we didn't have LinkedIn or these kind of providing services. But if you are in a position to provide some service for a fee, maybe you are good at training dogs, providing services, dog training, and have some photos of dogs in your profile where you teach train dogs. This is your personal ones. People can do that. If you are helping people to fix their gardens, have it here. Maybe it's your father's business and you are a helper. That is not going to harm. Actually, your corporate world will look at it as, oh my God, he's good. Only thing, don't put anything full-time kind of work here. That will harm. So, and also get your profile ready for clients. I can actually feature my work here. Add a link to a published article or a website article or a video that will feature my work here, right? Which I have not done, because this is one of the latest, maybe they added it about 2 months ago. It's a new feature. Now we talked about the about section, how to fill a good about section about you. Now for you to do this, you have to first understand about yourself. If you do not know about yourself, how can you fill that? And we talked about the featured section, right? And we talked about the dashboard. And then you got to actually talk about your content strategy, right? Your content, the kind of content you provide on a daily basis, right? What do you post? Now I post a lot of videos because especially after last March, world is hungry for videos. Videos have lot of attention, right? So I posted this video yesterday night. 206 people have already watched it. 15 people have liked it and 4 people have commented. right? So this is just a small post. Don't chase, attract. Yeah. Then something what HSBC did for those victims of the Easter Sunday attack. I posted it, right? 410 people have already seen it. Yeah. A video from Simon Sinek. No one has liked it, but 53 people have seen it, right? My son's post. This was, we had a pitching of young 8 founders, and I was one of the judge. As a mentor, I was judging the pitch. You found almost all the top Sri Lankan entrepreneurs, from founder of Pick Me to a lot of people, Basha, Danica Pereira. You will see all those pictures here. So someone has taken a picture and posted, I shared it, right? And of course, I can complain or contribute. I choose to contribute. DIT Career Launchpad, I gave a little bit of support to that, some pictures, yeah, some of my work. So you need to show who you are. Now, when you look at that, you will see my expertise, right? The only reason I watch the news is to figure out how to make the news. I loved it, so I posted it. So this always talk about what I know. Suga, also known as happiest man. I have met Sugatapala twice in my life, and he offered me great wisdom. During those brief encounters, happiness is a state of mind. Sugatapala is a great reminder to anyone who seeks happiness outside. 297 likes, 10 comments, 6,449 people have seen it. This is the founder of Unilad Bible, or sorry, Lad Bible or Unilad videos on Facebook. I met him 1 year ago. I commented, and then he has actually commented on this. The founder of Unilad, the Bible, has come and commented. Pleased to meet you. Thanks for being so welcoming. What a beautiful country you have. So these are some of the things that you could have. So the message to you is, have great content on your page. If you don't have great content, then you are going to be in trouble. So then let's move on to the other 2 important sections, skills. Now I told you to check your skills. Here I would actually like to show what Netila has added. LinkedIn allows you to add 5 skills of yours. The rest are given by others. So these are Netila, these are the 5 skills Netila added. Netila has said that Netila is good in motivational interviewing. And it has been endorsed by 6 people already. Netila also has said he is inspirational, and that has endorsed by 2 people. And Netila also has said that he has entrepreneurship as a skill, and 2 people have already endorsed it. Netila has said that he is good in business development, and only 1 person has so far endorsed him. And Netila says that he is good in leadership, and only 1 person has endorsed it. So LinkedIn will allow you to add 5 skills. The rest of the skills will be added by others. So let me go to my skill section. Did I pass it? Yeah. Skills and endorsement. So more than 99 people have said that I have leadership, team leadership as a skill. More than 99 people, some 100, 200 people have said I am good in management. Some have said, 15 people have said that I am good in social media marketing. 20 people have said I am good in solution selling. 93 people have endorsed me for business strategy. 63 people have endorsed me for business development. 60 have endorsed me for marketing, operations management, business planning, market research, account management, online marketing. People have decided to, marketing strategy. 98 people have endorsed me, saying Amita has skills on marketing strategy. Now, when somebody wants to give me a job, now these skills endorsement help me to get the job. But how do people know that I have these skills? One thing, recalling that question, somebody asked me whether offline branding and online branding, if the offline world, in the offline world, if I'm good at marketing strategy, those people who associate me tend to come to my profile and endorse me here. Yes, Amita's marketing strategy skills are good. E-commerce 5, change management. See, I think I'm somewhat lucky. Interpersonal. So 10 people have endorsed me for coaching, leadership, people skills, customer service, teamwork, executive coaching, training, team building, negotiation. And 8 people have endorsed me for professional communication. Now, these are endorsements. Then you have recommendations. Let me take you to my recommendations area. So, 3 people have given me recommendations. Who are those 3? One is Nagul Selvendran. He's a regional manager, digital marketing person in Papua New Guinea. Sanjay Elvitigala, CEO of elearning.lk. He has given me a recommendation. Amita Gamagi is a unique figure among the rest of the business coaches. I have been following him, listened to his speeches and shared panels with him. Now, the beauty of this is if somebody knows you, you can actually personally go and ask for a recommendation. But I'll also tell you one story. There was this organization where I was doing some consultancy. And in that organization, somebody lost the job. How? He was caught for a fraud. He has stolen some money. So the owner was so good, he didn't sack the fellow. He said, I will give you 2 months to find a job and go. He said, you go please, otherwise I'll have to sack you. But I'll give you 2 months to find a job. So within 2 months, this gentleman found a job and went. After about 3 years, he was sending me a recommendation request. Dear Amita Gamage, please recommend me. There's a feature on LinkedIn, you can actually request for a recommendation. Now, how on earth can I recommend him when I know that he was fired for stealing money? I ignored it. And I generally do not recommend anyone whom I don't know personally. For an example, let's say Kavisha Silva decides to send me a request. Please recommend me. I can't. Maybe you and I have met me on a session like this. But if I don't know you, how can I recommend you? I get a lot of requests from strangers. So one of the company owners, young person, sent me a request to recommend him. So I asked him, where have we met? He said at AMW. I was working for AMW. And I said, so I am sorry if I can't recall you, but where were you? He said, I was in this particular department. I am the one who built this software for accounts. So I said, as far as I know, accounts department had this brand of software and they later moved into SAP. And I said, this is my number. You call me or give me your number, I will call you. After that, I didn't hear from him. So he was trying to influence me to get a recommendation by showing that he and I were connected at other organization previously. Now that's I consider cheating. I was honestly thinking that I couldn't recall. I thought I had a problem with my memory. And then after that, I couldn't find him. Okay. We can go for a few more question and answers round. And I can't believe that we have 58 in the room, of course, including the organizers and the senior management. But let's say 50 people don't have a single question. if you don't ask questions, I'm going to type your name on LinkedIn and find you. And then give you comments on your profile. How do you like that? Would you like something like that, or you want to ask me questions? Yeah.
Mr. Gamage,
Lakshan.
may I
Yes.
you? I'm Devaka Punja.
Please.
I'm a senior lecturer of the department. And I just want to ask you a question because your presentation is fantastic. It's really great for personal brand building. But when it comes to blue ocean strategy, how our students can, adapt that strategy for the personal brand building?
Thank you very much. I think you are actually connecting the opening statement and the topic. Thank you very much. On behalf of the students, he's asking the question. So imagine you are applying for a job and you go to an interview. For your information, even if you send your CV, the organization you are applying for a job or an internship is going to go to your social media. And the first thing they do is they go to your LinkedIn profile. And when they go to your LinkedIn profile, having your name, your photo, headline, all that is fine. Where would the differentiation come? Where you would be considered as, okay, this guy is completely different from the rest of the people. It is coming from the content that you post. What do you post? They understand your knowledge levels based on what you post, your content strategy. Of course, you have to have a great profile. Definitely, imagine if 100 people apply, probably 90% will have a very basic profile without even having a background picture. Without, it will say undergraduate, Peradeniya University or Jawaharlal University or whatever, where you will not edited your headline. Now that's, again, you are pushing yourself to the blue ocean strategy. You will be separated from the rest by having a great profile. But the real differentiation will come from the content. Your content, your post, your videos, your articles, your documents tell the world that you are that kind of a person. The best example is my 11-year-old son. Everything he has posted is about entrepreneurship. It is not about maths. It's not about science or Sinhala. He's posting constantly on entrepreneurship. Why? He's building his brand. He's showing the world. His knowledge is on entrepreneurship. So yesterday he got an invitation. About 2 weeks ago, he got an invitation from an American podcast to interview him. And yesterday, one Indian channel wanted to interview him. About what? Entrepreneurship among kids. They didn't say that they want to interview him on science or maths or sports. No. His knowledge on entrepreneurship. Now, that's where he's operating on a blue ocean. He is separating himself from the rest. Now, let's say we are doing a IT related degree. I am sure out of all these subjects that we have been learning, there will be 1 or 2 subjects that you are so fascinated about. 1 or 2 subjects that you are so good at, right? Let me see. I think I should take another slide and show you something. Just 1 second. I think that's important that I show you that just give me a second, please. In the meantime, the others can prepare your questions. If you have any other questions. Okay, I'll show you where the differentiation could come in another slide. So let me share the slide with you. I hope you can see the screen. Now, when you get into a job or when you get into some kind of a task, let's say you are getting an internship or you are getting a job, as soon as you get into that job, you are considered as a student because you are learning the art of doing that job. And then after about 6 months or 1 year, you could be considered as an apprentice. You have learned the art of it. And after about 2 years or 3 years, it is not only the time, but let's take time as a example here. You become a specialist. For your information, what happens is 20% of the overall workforce will stay in apprentice and student area forever. And 60% of people will get themselves stuck at specialist. And only 20% will become expert. Say 10% will become expert and 10% will master that game. So 20% gets stuck here forever. 20% will go here. Balance 60% stay here as specialist. Average. I call this, I mean, even though the word is here specialist, I call them average. You look at the society, any industry, take music, you have, 60% of average musicians. And Master Amaradeva is on top. And then you have others in the second layer. 60% is here. And then the balance 40% are stuck here. In every industry, in every area, this analogy is true. So if you want to be a different person, you want to get into the blue ocean, you have to push, you have to first reach the specialist area, of course, which will take some time. And most of the people stuck here. You have to push yourself over here and then over here. That is going forward. But at this moment, we are talking about get into blue ocean strategy. That's why I said, look at your skill set. Look at your hobbies. Sometimes we ignore them. For an example, you are good at chess. Now, I will ask the audience, if you are good at chess, what kind of a quality also or skill do you have because of chess you have developed? Can somebody give me the answer? Either you can type or you can say, if you are good at chess, you will go and say, I'm good at chess. But then because you are good at chess, one of your skills will be good. What would be that skill? Okay, let's say you are good in cricket. So if you are good in cricket, what does it mean? What skill do you think you have? Outside cricket, what would it add to your personality? Yes, Chaturi, thank you. Analyzing and problem solving skills is good if you are good at chess. Now, most of the time in our CV or when we go for an interview, you will simply say, I'm good at chess. But they are not looking at chess. Yeah. Malshi, thank you. Cricket means you are a team player. So you have to look at yourself from a different angle. Let's say if you are good at arts, okay, somebody is saying I'm not perfect in chess, but I have done up to some level. I think I developed staying in one place and concentrating and looking at someone else's viewpoint. Yes, true. That's what I'm saying. You look at it from a different point of view. You don't have to develop, you don't have to become a chess champion. If you are a chess player, you are already good at solving problems and learning the other person's point of view. Yes, let's imagine if you are if you are a good artist, what does it mean? Yeah? What does it mean? What are you good at? Creative. Exactly. Your skill is, creativity is your skill. That has to go into your CV. That is how you should talk at the interview. So this is how you look at yourself. So then you build your personal brand around that. Separate yourself from the rest because you are creative. Okay, you will have the ability to entertain the others, but first of all, you have to have that creative ability. So you separate yourself from the rest in building your personal brand and in creating content. So content creation is the expression of yourself. It will work as that's your masterpiece. By looking at it, people know someone really good has done this. If you are good at writing, let's say you can write so well, go and write articles on LinkedIn. You can create an article. I mean, I'm good at writing in Sinhala. So what have I done? And I love environment. So this is what I have done. See all activity, articles. I have written 2 articles. Both I have written in Sinhala. One, Haputale Kirigovia Maha Vevasayaki Hati. The other one, Singapore Gaswalata Apeka Pihita Saha Kolama Gaswalata Devi Pihita. Both articles I have written in Sinhala. So what I can do is, if you want to write an article, if you are good in writing, it doesn't matter whether it is Tamil, English or Sinhala. See, go and click this, write an article. You type your headline and then write your article. Maybe, you want to, you are someone who wants to elevate poverty in the country. You are a good social servant. You get into social work. You help communities, you do Sramadana. Write an article about it. That will separate you from the rest of the people. You're operating in blue ocean there. Thank you. So thank you very much for that question. And that opened up, I think, a lot of discussion. So I would like to see whether there are any other questions.
Yes, sir. I'm
Please,
Marshi.
Marshi. Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's nice to talk to you about this, sir, and the presentation was fantastic. The question I have is regarding the thing that you said earlier, like ignoring our own skills. And like till now, I didn't understand that I was ignoring my skill regarding the public speaking, and I was also doing mentor, like moderating the sessions, something like that.
Okay.
So till now, I've done so many interviews regarding personalities, but I have never updated those in my LinkedIn. So like right now, just now only I understood that this must be updated there. This is a skill that I have.
It's a crime that you have not done it.
Yeah. So now my question is, like, should we update LinkedIn regarding the current things that we do, like if I have done an interview or moderating session before 2 months, is it okay to update it now because I have not done it?
Perfectly. See, what you do is, if you have done that, let's say today's date is 18th December, and if you have done it on 18th September, you will write, exactly 3 months ago today, I interviewed a great personality. And following is a summary of my interview. Fine.
Yeah. So like, we can do something like throwing back things,
I'll tell you. Now, LinkedIn doesn't have a feature to show what I did 1 year ago. But my Facebook is every day. Even today morning, Facebook gave me some photos where I was in your university, in that room. Yeah. And you had a great photographer. in that batch, and he took some photos and it was showing me. And what I do is I pull those photos and put it to Facebook. Now, I'll give you an example. Just give me a second. Okay. Where is that? Okay. Now I will show you my own profile, and I will show you what I did few days back, right? I'll quickly show you. And what you are asking is a valid question. You will have a question, okay, should I post something old? Yeah, people value what you have done. People are not worried whether you have done it yesterday or day before yesterday. It doesn't matter, because as long as it can add value to your personal brand. See now, what I'm writing here, year in 2019, I conducted, oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Just 2 seconds, please. This is just to drive what you just said. I conducted 3 workshops at the end of 2019 for an FMCG company, SME software company owners, and entrepreneurs in North Central Province within a span of 10 days. I am sure all of them face 2020 better with the learnings. We are 2 weeks away from the year 2021. Are you getting ready to face the new challenges? We can work together to plan for the year 2021. And 3 photos from 2019 December. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, sir, you did exactly. And one thing more, now as I'm motivated for the moment, I feel like I should go and post everything, like the things that I missed so far. Like we think like about 10 posts. Is it okay to update them on the same day, or should I have a break or interval during?
No, it's
There is
okay.
nothing like that.
It's like this. Yeah, if you don't have a lot of content with you, go and update it every day.
Okay.
Okay. Now it is like I have 4,500 plus connections every day morning. When somebody takes the phone into their hand and when they browse, what do they see? A post from me. And next day morning, he goes to LinkedIn. What does he see? He sees another post from me. Third day, he goes into LinkedIn. Again, he sees a post from me. Now, if I post everything within 1 day, what happens? In vain, I lose the opportunity of knocking at their door on a daily basis. I post every day.
Yeah, which can show that we are updated and we are being in touch with the community.
Exactly. And what are you doing? You are building your personal brand one post at a time, separating yourself from the rest of the competition. Blue ocean strategy.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that answer, sir.
Okay, great, Malchi. That's a very valid and an important question for everybody's benefit. Now, this is the importance of questions. When you ask a question, there are no foolish questions. Ask a question, everybody will be benefited. Anybody else? We have improved to 61 participants again. Anyone else has a question? You can even put it in the chat box. Don't worry. Just in case if you are in a noisy environment.
Sorry to bother you, sir.
No, Lakshana, please. Here, wait a minute. Stop saying sorry to bother you. Lakshana, listen. Stop saying sorry to bother you. Because we have designed this forum for you to ask questions. So that statement is wrong. I have a question. So go like that.
Okay, so I have small correction. So you said that the recommendations are important in a LinkedIn profile. So when we are to get a recommended, when we go for an internship, if you are to go in an internship relevant to IT field, is it necessary our LinkedIn profile have recommendations from that someone from the same field, or is it okay? Or are there any things to consider when we are requesting recommendations from somebody, or when choosing for whom to get the recommendation?
Yeah, so it's like this, no? Since you are from this university, and generally people know in this faculty, the students are good. So, but then maybe they want to know whether you are a good team player. Maybe whether you are a good speaker, whether you have leadership qualities. So if someone else can give you your degree certificate, or you coming from this university, it may tell that you are good in your skills in terms of IT, but there's no one to tell whether you are good in leadership or communication. So if you can get a recommendation from somebody, even from a different lecturer from a different faculty, about your leadership qualities or communication skills, get it. Whoever is recommending for various different things will help. I have seen people having around 100 recommendations. Not that they have gone and asked. He has been doing so much of good things, people have been recommending him. That's a great
Yes, sir.
question. I
Thank
hope
you,
I have
sir.
answered.
Thank you.
Okay, great.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very
Now
much.
it's
Yes.
clarified. Thank you, sir.
Okay, what about the others? So each time when you ask a question, actually you are helping around 60 of them who is in the room. You don't have any Facebook questions? How can you say that you are using Facebook for fun, but you manage that also professionally? I can't agree with you. Anyone? Others, I'm going to call.
Hello, sir. Again,
Yes.
it's Marsh again, and
Yeah.
my question is like, we have LinkedIn for professional things, and why can't we use Facebook for fun and to share some memes or something like that?
Sure.
Like,
Fun is,
can't we have that separate?
yes, you can, but people find you outside. No. So having fun, even on LinkedIn, you can have little kind of professional fun, because with the pandemic, even the seriousness of LinkedIn has come down a little. Yeah. Having fun is okay as long as we are not laughing at somebody, as long as we are not sharing something bad for the society,
You mean
right?
discriminating?
As long as we are not discriminating someone, a race or a gender, or maybe as long as we don't call my principal Pina, for an example, on social media, that shows who I am. That shows my character. Right? Maybe I will see some religious issue. Maybe I can have a personal discussion at home. But the moment I take it to Facebook, in my case, I have 5,000 friends. And 5,000 friends are having 5,000 different idea about a religion issue. And I'm going to get, half of them angry with me. Do I want to do that?
No, you don't want to happen.
No. Say, for an example, I am providing services. If I go and support President Gotabaya Rajapaksa and his government openly, which I can do, or I can go and support the opposition. Each time I'm going to get half of my target audience either angry or happy with me. So I never take political opinion over there, because I don't want my target audience to be either half of them to be angry with me. But it's a personal call. You can decide, no, I want to put my... If you think using Facebook, you can fix the country, yeah. Those who are using their personal brand to develop their career, if you say that, no, I have 500 million in my account and I'm not worried about income, and my personal brand, I don't care about what my personal brand is going to bring me an income or not, then you can go and do whatever you want, because you're not worried. But in my case, my personal brand has a direct correlation with my income. I harm my brand, the amount that I can charge from a client goes down. Because of that, I'm very carefully maintaining the level, professional level of my personal brand.
Yes, so we can have fun in the Facebook even as long as it's not like discriminating or criticizing someone or hurting someone's feelings.
Yeah, I mean, I told you, now someone was criticizing President Trump, and it's okay, he's in America, and suddenly his visa got rejected. He would have actually having an innocent fun, but which eventually backfired on me.
Yeah, I got it now, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Any other questions? Viraj, 16827. You appeared and disappeared.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, any questions?
Not that I know of, sir. Sorry.
Okay, all right, no problem. Any other questions or comments?
It's me, Judith. I
Yeah,
have
Judy,
one more question.
please.
My doubt is like in Facebook, like we will be having a personal branding of we don't have any physical discrimination or else. But if our friends tag us in those posts of funny physical discrimination, will it affect our personal branding?
Yeah, yeah. I always say, show me your friends, I will show you a future. Your friends can destroy you, especially on Facebook. So don't allow them to tag you. You will, you in your privacy settings, you can control who can tag you, and then you can always go and it will give you a notification. Amita tagged you. And you go and decide to remove the tag or not. Allowed or not. I get tagged almost every day, about 5-10 times. And each one I go and review. And I remove some of the tags. Funniest part is sometimes my own competitors tag me and say, we are launching this new product. And I say, oh my God, basic ethics. You shouldn't do that. But then what to do? I go and untag myself. Yeah, your friends could destroy your personal brand. That's a good question. Any other?
Sir?
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Sir, so I have a question. So we have been talking about Facebook and LinkedIn the most. So what about the other social media? So like Instagram or Twitter, do they also affect?
Yes, definitely. So Instagram, I mean, I have this famous quote from Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary says, when I go to somebody's Instagram, they look like art galleries. What he means is Instagram also is giving you an opportunity to brand yourself, like create content around your specialty. How much ever I tell you, even if you go to my Instagram, it is also looking like an art gallery only. If a butterfly comes to my land, my house, I'll take a photo and upload it. It's okay, it's harmless, no? But then what he says is, there is an opportunity. There's an opportunity for you to actually use it for your benefit. And to showcase who you are. Talk about the subject that you do. Right? I mean, I was watching someone, there's this, I can't remember his name. He's a snake catcher. You know, a young boy. Whenever there's a snake in your land, you can call him. He comes and he catches them and he releases them to, to a jungle. And yesterday he caught a titpolanga. Day before yesterday, a snake, a naya. And that's his personal brand. And he posts all the content. Whenever he catches a snake, he posts it. And there's a huge fan base around him. I think I have written his number somewhere. In case if there's a snake, I will call him. He'll come and take it. His Instagram, Facebook, everything is all about snakes. That's his specialty. That's what makes him separate from the rest of the crowd. It's perfectly all right to have, anything and everything on your Instagram. But then what if you can use it for your benefit? If you are good at something. Now, suppose if you have been collecting stamps, your Instagram should be about stamps, which will make you separated from the rest. And there will be so much of stamp lovers who would be following you. And that will help build a personal brand around that subject. I mean, I know a young gentleman who's an engine driver in one of the, in Sri Lanka Railways. And every day he posts something from his engine room. You know, one day he posted, I don't have it here, I mean, I can't find it. He posted a picture, the two lines from his windscreen. He said, Very good morning to you. This is how I see the world from my office in the morning. I mean, I thought, wow, what a great statement. That's his office, his train engine compartment. And he took a photo and posted it on Facebook. And that went viral. People were, I mean, his attitude plus his job. You know, it's diesel smoke. It's not air conditioned from day in, day out, sweat. But his attitude about his job was, this is how I see the world from my office room. That could create a big difference. Doesn't matter whether it is Instagram or whether it is Facebook. People love him. So I shared it. And he said, look at his attitude. Then he replied, he said, you know, if I get late by 1 minute, about 500 people will be late to work. So I'm doing my best to do my job cheerfully and on time. How do you like the attitude? That's content. And that builds his personal brand. I mean, he's completely away from the rest of the engine drivers. Blue ocean. Of course, he has to, Zikra, he has to live up to the statement he makes. Without a coach, okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your valuable
Okay. Any other questions? It's 11 o'clock. I mean, I don't mind spending a few more minutes if you have questions. If not, I can hand it over to the organizing committee.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mr.
Udari, you
Kamagi.
have any?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, Udari, you have any questions?
No, sir. No.
No. Okay. Kosala, 17736. Nadishan?
No, sir.
No questions. Bharat? Bharat?
No, sir. No, sir.
No questions. Tagala Berilano, no questions. All right. So since there are no questions, I would like to hand over the microphone back to the organizing committee.
Okay. Thanks, Mr. Amita Gamage, for joining us again. But before we formally conclude things,
yes,
we have the interesting part. Where as for this program, we are having to give you some way of keeping your attention and also interaction. We have this quiz set up. So I think Mr. Prabhasara will just share his screen and just give a small. Prabhasara, can you introduce the program briefly?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. That's it, sir.
Yes, you can share your screen and sort of maybe should I or you will introduce, right?
Okay, sir. I'll introduce. Right. Right. So thank you again, Lachit sir. So before we move on to the quiz, I'll explain the guidelines again. So this is the quiz guideline. So since we are giving marks for this quiz is only for fourth year students. Others, please don't join. And online, we are using this online platform called quizzes.com to host this quiz, and can be played in any device with a browser. So you can use any browser, but we recommend you to use Google Chrome. Maximum number of questions, 5. So the questions are multiple choice questions. and it can be with one answer, or there can be multiple answers. So the questions are based on the speech of the keynote speaker. So today it's based on the Mr. Amita's speech. And the next point is each question has to be answered in 30 seconds. So the total time will be given 2.5 minutes. Quiz points, this is not marks, this is quiz points. And the quiz points are calculated based on your based on the accuracy and the speed. That means you have to select the correct answer quickly. You will be given a chance to reattempt one incorrect question at the end, right? So, and also we will award marks as follows. First place, 5 marks, second place, 4 marks, and third place, 3 marks. So you'll be given only one attempt, and also please do not try to attempt the quiz more than once. So I'll share the link. Before that, I'll explain how to join. There are some simple 4 steps, which is the given link, right? So I'll provide the link in the chat box. The next step is you have to, once you visit the page, I'll provide you the join code. You have to enter the join code and click join. And also the most important thing for 4th year students, you have to enter the name as follows, right? So CPM numbers, space, your first name, right? Otherwise, if you don't change the name, you won't get marks, right? Even though you get the places, first, second, third places, you won't get marks. So after the last step is click start, right? So I'll share the quiz code now.
Yes, I think you can start. No?
Oh, yes.
So the quizzes are basically revolving around the topics which were discussed. So in the case of today, it is Mr. Amita Kamage's keynote that it is focused on. And thank you, Mr. Amita Kamage, for actually providing us the questions for this as well. Professor, you will be sharing back, right?
Yes, sir. Give me a second.
Okay.
Right. So this is the link. I have provided that in the chat, right? So the quiz link, you can go to that link and enter this join code. So I'm waiting for you. I'll give you around 5 minutes to join. So we can start at, now it's 11:08. We can start at 11:12 or 30.
Maybe 4 minutes is enough, I think,
Okay.
because it'll just take. Yeah.
So it's 11:10 now. We have 30 participants.
So how much, sorry, what time you?
We have 2 more minutes. We can give 2 more minutes.
There are 32. I think we have around 40 from the 4th year, right? Is it?
Okay. Shall I start then, sir?
Maybe 1 minute. We will start in 1 minute.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
So I hope that's all. So once I click the start button, you can start the quiz.
Prabhasar, when does the quiz stop? It automatically stops, so yeah, I think you can end, right? And maybe after you end, you can show the questions just for the audience. I also would like to know what the questions are. We can't hear Prabhasar. Anyway, I think we can see the score.
Sorry, sir. Yeah, so we have 3 winners. First place Pramukh, and second place is Kavishka, and the third place is Randi.
What are the questions? Can we just let
okay.
I think Amita, would you like to share some thoughts on this, because it's your question, so probably you can give some input.
Okay, what is the maximum connection capacity of a LinkedIn profile? It's 30,000. So, I mean, that's a great opportunity that LinkedIn has given. You can, I mean, Facebook is only 5,000, LinkedIn is 30,000. It's a great opportunity. So, still I have only 14,500. Imagine the amount of opportunity one has. So, some have got it right. 2 controversial subjects to avoid to maintain a neutral and a professional stance of your brand. So, politics and gossips. Why skills section matters on LinkedIn? It helps to attract others. It helps to obtain scholarship. It helps you get in your job search, actually. Promotion is applicable only when you are inside. Yeah. When you get connected with a new person on LinkedIn, what is that one important you could do? Add a personal note when you get connected. There's a great chance that person accepting you. I showed him how Nethila has done it. What is not a recently added feature on LinkedIn is video. Video is a very old one. Video was there for a long time. All the other features are recently added.
Right. So that's all, sir.
Yes. Okay.
Questions?
Right. Thank you, Prabhasara, for actually working behind the scene to set this up, because we wanted some interest to keep everyone interested. At the same time, you learn something based in addition to what was that's sort of snippets.
So Dr. Lasit, now Prabhasara was not happy with one question. He was, I mean, even I was not so confident, and even at 12:30 in the night, he was insisting that I correct it, and I had to give him a different question. That's the kind of dedication, and that shows where he is heading. I haven't associated him, but then I was thinking, oh my God, the commitment. That's how I think we have run a successful session today. Thank you, Prabhasara.
And thank you, sir.
So yes, thank you, Prabhasara. And so before the formal vote of thanks is there, I would like to add a personal. I mean, so Mr. Amita Gamage, I think when I contacted you, or I think on Facebook or the phone initially, you had no hesitation to accept it, and I mean, it was we know how successful it was last year, so it was just a a natural extension for us to reach back to you to get your help this time. So our gratitude is to you. We would have wished it was a more formal gathering where we can appreciate your contribution in a way, but this isn't exact. We will keep engaging with you, and we hope to sort of appreciate your services beyond this virtual scene in some way we can. So I would now like to, we are for the benefit of everyone else, we are meeting back on 23rd for the next workshop. 23rd, and because it's the next Friday, we usually plan to have Fridays, but next 2 Fridays are probably a little too, they can be holidays or can be special. So 25th being 25th, so we advanced it to 23rd, where we will share the information and the links to you, and then 30th. We have similar workshops like this, but the one difference in that is today, being the first keynote, we just wanted to have you more longer time with Mr. Amita Gamage, because I thought it was very important and very valuable. In the next few ones, we also have apart from the keynotes, we also have alumni joining in. So in the case of 23rd, we have alumni joining in from Australia and Kuwait, and I think there's another one from Singapore. So we try to match the time, morning time, to be convenient to everyone. So that was successful. Okay, now without much more delay, I'll invite Zikra on behalf of the Students Association and students for the formal vote of thanks. Thank you once again, Amita, from us at the department. But let's continue with Zikra for her words as well.
Thank you so much, sir. So, good morning, everyone, and I'm honored and lucky to have the opportunity to deliver the vote of thanks on this day. First and foremost, I would like to thank the keynote speaker for today, Mr. Amrita Gamage, co-founder of Quantum Labs. So you have helped over 25,000 business professionals and business owners to grow their businesses and to achieve the variety of goals. So we really admire you for that. So we really appreciate the time you spared for us and the knowledge and experience you shared with us. I'm sure this workshop has immensely helped the students in building a brand for themselves. Next, I would like to thank the head of the Department of Information Technology, Dr. Mahesh Fernando, the course coordinator for Internship for Information Systems, Dr. Lasit Gunawardana, for organizing this workshop to provide us with necessary knowledge, traits to enter into a corporate world. I would also like to thank all the professors, lecturers, and the probationary lecturers for helping to make this workshop a success. I must not forget to thank the Student Union of their Information System Department and my fellow students for participating in this event actively and getting the knowledge from this workshop to make your personal branding a success. Once again, I would like to thank everyone for participating cooperatively to make this workshop a success. Thank you.
Okay, thank you once again, everyone. We will close the meeting soon. Thank you. Yeah, done.